Hi, this is Jennifer Irwin from jenniferlifecoaching.com, and I'm excited to be here with you today for part 2 on how to be with really big emotions. So if you haven't already watched part 1 about creating a big enough, a wide enough container to hold all your big feelings, go ahead and go back to that and watch that one first, because that's an essential first step in order to really approach these emotions that can kind of sweep us off our feet and really overwhelm our bodies. Okay, so let's get started. Today is all about how to turn towards our biggest emotions. A lot of times what we all do, what we've been taught, what we've been, just implicitly for our own survival sometimes do is to turn away or to squash down or to cover up these big emotions because we're not sure how to hold them. And sometimes we're not even sure if holding them will help. And so we're just doing our best to try and handle the immensity of them, but it doesn't actually help them flow through us. So our emotions just pass through us, but sometimes we can kind of stop that progress coming through by not turning towards them. So I have a practice today that I want to share with you about really turning towards those emotions with a great deal of kindness, so that we can really allow them to flow through us and glean the wisdom that we can from their message their message to us. All right. So again, just like last time, we're going to find whatever position for meditation is most comfortable for you. I'm sitting down, but feel free to stand up or lie down, and you can keep your eyes open or you can shut them, whatever is best for you. All right. Taking some deep breaths. Let's do 3. Inhaling. Exhaling, just arriving at this space, noticing our seat, wherever our bodies are touching the ground, where our feet are touching the earth. Just get present and come into this moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. All right. Go ahead and let's do one breath and just again ground, like I talked about in that last video of imagining the tree coming down and rooting us into the earth, and then on the exhale expanding out. So we're just in touch with that wide and deep container that we need to have access to in order to touch into these big emotions. Okay, so breathing in, imagining that tree rooting you deep into the earth, and exhale, expanding your attention as wide as it can go, remembering you are a deeply rooted container. Okay, next I want you to call upon the version of yourself that shows up as their best for others. So maybe this is as a parent when you turn towards a child that's afraid or worried or upset. You can access that part of you that really shows up as a kind parent. Or maybe it's when a friend is in distress and you show up in a really full way. Or maybe it's with an animal that you love. Whatever aspect of yourself that you already show up as a kind, empathetic person, try calling upon that part of yourself. And if that's really hard to access at the moment, which I totally get, sometimes it's helpful to call upon something else. So another person that feels really kind, that shows up with a lot of kindness for you, or maybe it's a spiritual figure, maybe it's nature. I know I call upon nature a lot of times, that just something that's just there and welcoming. Sometimes I imagine sunshine, just the feel of sunshine on my face, the warmth that it gives me. Any image that can bring forth a kind presence is important to call upon. And it's great if you can do it as yourself, but if you can't access that, call upon something outside yourself to become present with it. Okay, So let's take a couple breaths, just calling to mind that kind, present part of yourself that shows up in a really deep way for others, or something outside of ourselves that shows up in that way for us. Breathing in kindness, exhaling presence. Inhaling kindness, exhaling presence. One more. Now that you've got that connection in your mind, I want to invite you to put your hand over your heart and just really check in with yourself. So if you're feeling a big emotion, just from this wiser, deeper, kinder center, turning towards the part of yourself that feels whatever it's feeling and asking, what is going on, dear one? And just listening. So just really listening to the answer. So what are you feeling? What is going on? Asking with kindness, becoming present, really turning towards whatever's happening in your body. There's nothing to figure out, just listen. And then once you've gotten an answer, whatever it is, it can be fuzzy, it can be unclear, it can be a lot of different things, just really kind of answering back from that wise part of yourself or from whatever you've accessed and saying, yes, this is what is happening right now. Oh, yes. I can see that you are feeling fear. I can see that you are worried. Oh, yes. I can see that you feel sad. Just witnessing whatever arises, welcoming it with kindness and a big yes. Really focusing on letting yourself just be with kindness with your emotions. And you can keep asking, what are you feeling? And then reflecting back with care, with kindness. Yes, yes. I can see that you're feeling this. Just holding it with tenderness, with care. Allowing it to be there. And if at any point you get swept up and you lose access to that deep, kind part of yourself or can't access it from somewhere else, always return to that image of the tree and the expansive place. So you can always go back to that rooted and spacious place, making a large enough container. You can always take a break and just focus on your breath. But being able to turn towards, witness, and allow whatever is there, just acknowledging it, is this next step. So let's take just another moment, checking in yet again to see if there's anything that needs to be acknowledged that hasn't been yet. can say, yes, I see that too. I see that you are feeling this too. It is here, and I see it, and I hold it with care. And then ending this practice with a moment of gratitude. So just thanking that wise part of yourself for showing up. Thank the emotions for telling you that they're there. Thank yourself for taking a moment to pause and get grounded and turn towards. So just saying thank you. Thank you to yourself, to this moment, to the parts of you that showed up. And then when you're ready, just come back to this space. I like to wiggle my toes and my fingers, taking one last deep breath, arriving back. And that's part 2. So I'm so glad you joined me for this part. Remembering that you can always go back to the grounded and spacious place, and then connecting with this wise part of yourself that's so kind and is just holding a kind intention to turn towards whatever is coming up. And then please join me for part 3 on this last step of how to really get curious, how to really explore those feelings so that they have the space to give you their message and to pass on through. Okay, I hope to see you then. Until then, sending you so much care and peace. Thanks. Bye.